welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Ron. My apology if it's a little windy. I'm down in Sandy Hook, New Jersey today, taking out the one wheel and enjoying the weather. But this video isn't about that. This video is actually about the Big Island of Hawaii and taking an open door helicopter ride. So sit back, and I think you guys are really gonna like this one. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm going to give you some great tips throughout this video if you're shooting from a helicopter, so stay tuned for that. Melissa seems like she was a little bit nervous about it, but I think she'll come around once we actually get up in the air and start taking some beautiful pictures. So stay with us today as we go on our helicopter tour. We're going to be on the north part of the island. I'll fill you guys in more as we go. And as you can see, just another great day. Okay, so we made it over to the Waimea-Kohala Airport, which is
that's an A.
Kohala?
Kohala.
Again, excuse me for the pronunciation. I'm butchering this stuff. We're gonna hit our helicopter tour. We're actually a little bit early because apparently they got delayed by about 45 minutes.
Look at those nice, great skies.
I think Melissa's...
If we die, I love my whole family, and yeah, this is something I'm doing against my will.
First tip, if you're shooting video, make sure that the lens that you're using has image stabilization. This is going to make your footage look so much cleaner and avoid additional post-production processing. Yes, you can often clean up some of the jitter and the shake in your post-production with editing software and using things like warp stabilization, but the cleaner the footage is coming out of the camera, the happier you're going to be. And the quicker turnaround time you can get to post your video online. Now, I was shooting on both my Canon Rebel SL2 as well as the GoPro Hero 7 Black the day that I went out, and the footage right out of the GoPro Hero 7 Black looked great because of the image stabilization in this particular action cam. I did have to warp stabilize the Canon footage to get it to look as clean and remove the vibrations from the helicopter. Something to think about when you're deciding what to use the day you're shooting. Now, here's a clip directly out of the GoPro Hero 7 Black. And here's a clip directly out of my Canon SL2 before I warp stabilized the footage. You can clearly see the difference in how stable the footage is with the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Second tip, you're going to want to use a wide-angle lens when shooting from a helicopter to capture the entire landscape. In this video, I was shooting on my Canon EFS 10 to 18 millimeter STM lens with an ultra-wide zoom.
how we end up. The game is set to play.
Whenever possible, try to get a helicopter tour with the doors off or no doors. The tour we did with Paradise Helicopters was one of the only companies on the Big Island, Hawaii that had this option. You'll avoid having to shoot through the glass and window, and in turn avoid the glare, as well as avoid seeing dirt and debris that may show up in your photos later. Fourth tip, make sure everything on your person has a strap attached to it. If you do an open door tour, you won't be able to fly without safety straps attached to everything. That means any camera that you have has to have a neck strap. Same thing with your cell phones. You have to have some kind of strap attached to that as well. You know, sunglasses. The tour companies can sometimes provide these straps for you, for your cell phones, for example, if you need them. Just ask ahead of time. Also make sure you're not wearing anything that might fly off, like loose-fitting sandals, hats, etc. Actually, no sandals were permitted. You want to use closed-toe shoes. Again, just anything loose that has potential of flying off the helicopter into the tail rotor, obviously no good. Okay, fifth tip. I recommend booking directly through the helicopter tour company and not a third-party vendor. There were a lot of vendors on the Big Island of Hawaii that we could go through, but book directly through the helicopter company themselves. I found I had more flexibility in scheduling flight times directly with the helicopter company. When I went through the third-party vendor, I was told the flight had to be fully booked or they wouldn't be able to go out. But I called the helicopter company directly. Melissa and I got really lucky, and it was just her and I that day, with one other passenger sitting up in the front cockpit area with the pilot. Okay, sixth tip, talk to your pilot. When you're first board, you'll go over how to communicate with your pilot through the headset. Use that open line of communication to talk, and if you're looking for a specific shot you're trying to get, let the pilot know. They've often flown this route hundreds of times, and they'll be more than happy to try and accommodate whatever needs you have. Our pilot was extremely friendly and asked us several times if we got the shot we wanted before he moved on to the next location. Okay, seventh tip. Don't plan on doing any kind of, audio vlogging inside the helicopter. It's way too noisy in the helicopter, and any audio you're trying to get is just going to be drowned out from the helicopter propellers themselves. You probably want to leave your camera microphone off, and you'll add the music in any post-production you do later. Okay, eighth tip, use a wrist strap, something like this, or a head mount for your GoPro if that's what you're using. I was shooting with two cameras that day, and this left both my hands free for my DSLR camera, so I could shoot with this, whether I'm doing still shots or video, whatever I'm taking. Mostly I took still shots with the camera, and I was shooting my video with the GoPro Hero 7 Black, which worked out really nice.
right, well, I hope you guys appreciated that video, and if you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff that we do. I have a bunch of product links down below, all the stuff that I recommend or use, so please be sure to support the channel. Check those out. You can also follow me on Instagram, and oh, I'll put some blooper reels at the end of this if you guys made it this far. I think you guys enjoyed those the last time. Until next time, happy flying.
If we die, I love my whole family, and yeah, this is something I'm doing against my will.
And I finally broke down and got a new pair of sunglasses to replace my ones that I made it through the whole week with. Please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I'd appreciate it.